Take 500. Hello, my name is Daniel Jacobson, and for my informative speech topic, I chose how weightlifting improves your mental health. So, when a lot of people think of the gym, they probably think of big guys or, maybe super low body fat guys who just live at the gym and, they're eating like super healthy, or maybe they're eating like junk food too and just getting super big. But we never really think of what else is going on in the gym. We're not thinking of how the mind is at work at the gym, and maybe some of these guys don't even tell us about what their mind is going through while they're at the gym. And so today I'll be kind of telling you guys how the mind is at more work at the gym than your body is, and how that is more beneficial if it is. So my first topic would be stress reduction. So, I'm going to be honest, life's stressful. You wake up in the morning, usually you're probably going to be tired. You got to go to work. Maybe you have to take your kids to school and you have to deal with your kids in the morning and they're screaming and yelling. And then some work's not going good. You run into a problem. You're stuck late. And then you got to make dinner when you're at home. And then you have to do all this. And we're not really thinking, what am I doing? What am I doing to help myself today? And so at the gym, I think you can work on yourself. Nobody's perfect. They're always going to have something. Maybe you don't want to go to the gym. Maybe you want to do something else. But either way, at the gym, I think it's just you. It's yourself. You're one-on-one with yourself. You're working on things maybe you hate about yourself, or maybe you just want to work on. Sometimes you might be trying to get stronger, or maybe you're just trying to lose weight. But at the gym, it's just you. And so I think just having that quiet place, maybe you'll run into a couple of buddies and you'll talk, but just having that quiet place is very beneficial and will help reach your goals quicker and faster. And so kind of to touch up on that, my next topic would be positive self-talk. So a lot of people are going to have, different opinions about themselves, and they're going to let other people kind of get into their opinions of themselves and trying to think differently about themselves, when rather it should just be you. So maybe you hate the way you look, and maybe you're just like, man, I really have to start losing weight. And if you want to lose weight, you're gonna have to start doing something. Maybe you just go for a walk every day, but sitting around doing nothing and letting the other people talk down to you is not gonna do anything. It's not. But I think when you start going to the gym, you build a reputation. You start meeting people there, and they're positive towards you, and they're motivated. You see people in the gym and you're motivated. That's something about the atmosphere that just is different. And so building that reputation of, man, I need to do this today, that can wait. I need to do this, start changing the way you eat, start changing the way you dress. It's just, I'm not saying change is good, but sometimes change is good. And so kind of building and I think that atmosphere at the gym, it helps you, and it helps motivate you, and then that leads to the positive thinking of, man, I lost 20 pounds in 3 months, and that's impressive, and then you feel good about yourself, and then you'll keep doing it because you want to be better, you want to be the best version of yourself, and that is why the gym can lead to the best version. My next topic would be kind of a combination of both. It's building mental resilience. And so I'm saying you build a wall. You see, when you talk about the positive self-talk, you build a wall from the people trying to talk you down. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you let them in and you're just like, yeah, that's motivating me. That's why I keep going. It's because of those comments right there. And that's how some people like it. But other people, they let the comments get to them, and they're just like, man, I don't even care anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then you're just like, and then you're down the drain. And then there's there is coming back, but it's going to be a lot tougher than it was. And so I think building that mental resilience, and then blocking out the stress too, you're like, yep, that's life. You're going to pick yourself up and keep going. You're going to keep going to the gym. You're going to keep working hard. You're not going to hang your head when something doesn't go your way. So building that mental resilience, I think, will take you a long way. And a lot of people go through different things where you're just like, I mean, I want to give up. And nobody should give up. Nobody. I mean, I don't care how hard it is. You shouldn't give up. At least not on yourself. You can give up on other people, but not yourself. And so building that mental resilience and going to the gym, and and then when you are the best version of yourself, then you just look at the people. You don't have to be mean to them. You just have to look at them, and you're just like, yeah, I did that. What are you gonna say now? And that's probably the best feeling in the world, when you can say that. A quote said by Roy McIlroy is, "Going to the gym is great for your body, but is better for your mind." And that's one of the top athletes. You don't hear. I mean, he's a golfer too, which is insane. It's not like I wouldn't say golfers have to lift a ton, but for him to say that is just because golf is probably the most mentally tough sport. I'm sure people disagree, but I mean, you're by yourself. There's no team, and and there's a crowd just quiet. It's quiet too. It's got to be the most brutal just moment. It's just you standing over the golf ball and millions of people watching you. So it's very impressive for him to just come out and say that. Especially because I don't even know if golfers lift or supposed to. But anyways, in conclusion, like I said, all three of those topics, you just have to keep pushing. You have to keep fighting what other people think and what you think, and you just have to, just fight. You have to want it more than anyone else, and you have to realize, like, yeah, that's tough, but I'm tougher, and keep pushing. And I think going to the gym is just one of those things that, like, every time you leave, like, you feel good about yourself. Even if it wasn't the best workout, even if you're like, man, I could have done more, you're like, well, at least I did something. Because you could have just been sitting at home doing nothing. You could have opened a pint of ice cream. You could have ate fast food. But instead you went to the gym. Maybe you have fast food after, but at least you're like, I just got fast food, but I went to the gym. So that's why I believe that mental toughness is more important than having a cool body, because it's all about what you think. Like, what do you think of yourself? What can I do better? What do I want to do better? Not what he wants me to do this, she wants me to do that. What can I do better? So just look in the mirror and be like, what can I do better? All right, thank you.